Hello there guys, this is Matthew the Dinosaur King, and today I am back with another review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Safari Ltd Prehistoric Shark Toob. Now, I think this was released around 2011 with the Prehistoric Crocodile Tube. Now inside are 10 species of prehistoric shark from around the Carboniferous to the late Cretaceous period. Comes in this nice see-through tube. Looks very nice, you can see all the sharks in there. So without further ado, let's crack this open and let's get them out. Okay, so here we are. Here we go. Right, so first of all, let's take a look. The first one's here. Now this here is Cretoxyrhina, which was a species of shark that lived around the late Cretaceous around 100 to 82 million years ago. Now, it was much bigger than the largest predatory shark today, the great white shark. It was around 7 meters long, and it's also known as the Ginsu shark, as its teeth were just like a Ginsu knife, using it to slice through its prey. Now, it's very well detailed, very well anatomically correct. Mine has got quite a lot of paint mishaps on it, which is kind of disappointing. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of disappointing. But it's a really nicely done figure, and even inside you can see it's got additional teeth in there as well, which I think is a really nice, good attention to detail. So you've got the gills there as well. So yeah, it's a really nice looking figure. Looks a lot like a great white shark, but was also different to one. Let's see, what we have next. This here is Stethacanthus, also known as the anvil-backed shark, because of this very odd the very odd dorsal fin that looked a lot like an anvil. Now, it lived in the late Devonian to the early Carboniferous period. It was only about 70 centimeters long, so it was pretty small for a shark. Again, I've got a few paint mishaps on mine, which is really disappointing, but it's really nicely done actually. It's got this like nice brown sort of coloration, and dark brown there, and lighter brown here. And the same with the Cretoxyrhina, it's got the cream underbelly. Which is pretty nice. So yeah, it's a pretty funky looking shark. Next up, we have one of two species that are known as the eel-like sharks. This here is Stethacanthus. Now, it lived in the late Devonian to the end of the Triassic, and it was about 1 meter long, so only about 3 feet. But yeah, as you can see, it definitely earns its name as an eel-looking shark. I mean, no shark today looks anything like this. It's got a long sort of fin up at the top, of an eel-like tail and body. All these flippers here. Luckily, there's no paint. There's only like a couple paint mishaps on the tail, but yeah, it's just a really nice looking, odd looking fish. And next up is the other eel-like shark in the tube. This is Orthocanthus. And it lived in the Carboniferous to the end of the Permian period, and it was much larger than Stethacanthus at around 3 meters, so about 10 feet long. So yeah, so it's pretty big and quite similar. It has this top fin here. It's got many other fins on its body, except the head was a lot different. See, there's the teeth in there. See, this coloration is more like a charcoal grey with a darker grey on the top. Really nicely done. Looks got a bit of a derpy face, but still pretty cool. Next up, we have probably one of the most famous prehistoric sharks. This here is Hybodus, which lived from the late Permian all the way to the end of the Cretaceous, so 260 to 66 million years. That is a hell of a lot of time. I mean, this is definitely one of the more famous and one of the most successful prehistoric shark species. Of course, there were dozens of different species, and it can be told apart from others by see up at the top here, this spike on the dorsal fin, and also another spike here on the secondary dorsal fin. And also it's got like a crown of little spikes up there. And see, many of you might recognise this from Walking with Dinosaurs, the episode Cruel Sea. They were in this. Yeah, it's very nicely done, charcoal grey with a creamy underbelly. It's quite nice. Do you like that? Next up is a very odd looking shark, but also one very brightly coloured. This here is Scapanorhynchus, which lived from the early Cretaceous all the way to the end of the Paleocene. So about 66 to around 60 million years ago. Now, some species grew from 65 centimetres all the way to around 3 metres, about 10 feet. And you see, it looked like a modern day goblin shark. You see by the sort of long snout and sort of the pinkish look, which does actually look pretty cool, I think. So next up we have, this is Sarcoprion, which lived in the Permian period around 259 to 254 million years ago, and it's estimated at around 20 feet long. So it was a pretty big shark. See, I've got a couple more paint mishaps, and as you can see here, it looks like a presence of a tooth whorl, similar to its relative Helicoprion, as actually Sarcoprion, Helicoprion, and another shark in this tube, Edestus, belongs to a group of sharks known as the Eugenodontia, which are characterised by these odd tooth whorls and tooth indentations, which is really, really odd about why it had these. But I'll explain more about that when we get to Helicoprion. It's got this nice sort of brown coloration. See all the teeth in there as well. It's really cool. Next up, we have this is Cladoselache, which is another quite common prehistoric shark that lived in the late Devonian period and was about 6 feet long. And in fact, it's known from dozens of different species that lived all throughout the Devonian. It's actually quite nicely designed. It's got this nice green sort of underbelly, this sort of tealy, greeny blue on the top. But it's very well detailed, actually. I only got maybe one paint mishap there, another one there, but it's very nicely done. I'll put you over there. And next up, here we have the iconic Helicoprion, which lived around the early Permian to the early Triassic, around 290 to 250 million years ago. Now, average size of these guys was around 3 to 4 metres, with larger specimens at around 7.5 metres, and even some of the biggest specimens of these tooth whorls found was so big that they estimate some of these sharks could be 10 to 12 metres in length. That is enormous. But yes, now this depiction here of Helicoprion is actually outdated. See, the tooth whorl actually juts out from the mouth, when actually it should be situated inside the mouth, per the latest theory. But it can be forgiven for that, because it's still a lovely detailed figure. It's very white, sort of creamy looking coloration, which looks actually quite nice. A little, maybe a bit too bright, especially if you're in bright light, but still pretty cool. And last but not least, we have Edestus, which lived in the late Carboniferous period and estimated around 6 metres in length. And just like Helicoprion and Sarcoprion, it's got this really odd tooth indentation. It's sort of like making sort of like a guppy sort of face with these teeth jutting out of the mouth. It's got this nice blue coloration. There's another paint mishap there. And then of course there's the gill slits, but yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, so this is the Prehistoric Shark Toob. If any of you out there love sharks or anything to do with prehistoric sharks, this is the tube for you. There are many species in here that have not actually been made into full, like, large figures. So if you do see this, pick this up, as it is one of the tubes that is being discontinued for next year. So pick it up while you can. So I hope you like this review, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, about the good stuff. and I should hopefully see you in the next video. So please take care and have a great day. Bye!